The story begins with a schoolgirl facing a lot of bullying from her friends, which causes a monster called Phantom to appear due to her bad feelings. Yato, a god whose job is to get rid of phantoms, doesn't work alone. He has a Shinki helping him, a being that turns into a weapon for gods. Talmon, the Shinki, feels uncomfortable because Yato smells bad, so she quits. She doesn't want to be a Shinki for a god like Yato, who nobody worships. Yato has to end their contract, and he promises to get 120 million followers to make her sorry. Now without a Shinki, Yato can't fight phantoms, so he takes on a job finding lost cats for money. Hayuri, a high school girl who likes watching wrestling, sees Yato trying to catch a cat in the street. She tries to save him from a truck, but she gets hit instead. Yato, being a god, is okay, but Hayuri's soul leaves her body. She's taken to her family's hospital with minor injuries. That night, Hayuri starts hearing ghost voices. Yato, coming out from under her blanket, says he's a god, which scares her. She thinks he's crazy and calls the police. Yato was just checking on her health, so when he sees she's okay, he leaves the hospital. The following day, upon spotting a notice about a lost cat, Hayuri eagerly wishes to see Yato again. She searches the entire city for the cat, but Yato beats her to it. As he's about to take the cat home, a phantom suddenly appears, attacking him. A massive frog obstructs Yato's path, but Hayuri intervenes, grabbing his hand and pulling him away from the frog's assault. Prepared to face the frog, Hayuri seizes its leg and delivers a powerful kick, sending it flying. Yato, impressed by her courage, notes that her soul had continued leaving her body, now resting on a fence. When Hayuri approaches, her soul automatically returns. Yato explains that after the accident, Hayuri exists between life and death, becoming a half-phantom capable of seeing gods and phantoms. Hayuri pleads with Yato, a god, to help her return to normal. Yato requests money in return, surprising Hayuri, who thought it would be more than she could afford. Since the accident, phantoms have become more visible to Hayuri, creatures existing in the underworld, unseen by humans but visible to animals, babies, and those living between yin and yang boundaries. Waiting for Yato to find a solution, Hayuri calls him, but he's occupied saving money for a temple and maids. Yato reveals he needs a Shinki to help Hayuri, as he's currently a weak god without one. Shinki are spirits wandering in the underworld. Yato, receiving a job call, departs, leaving Hayuri determined to find a new Shinki for him. Meanwhile, Yato cleans toilets for money, only receiving a single silver coin and a can of beer. Reflecting on his past as a god of war, he struggles with his current impoverished state. Hayuri calls Yato, claiming to have found a Shinki, but upon arrival, Yato discovers it's a phantom. He explains that Shinki are pure spirits, unlike phantoms. Chased by phantoms, Hayuri realizes her strength when her soul leaves her body and decides to fight the monster. Yato intervenes, protecting her from a phantom bite, but his arm is cursed in the process. Yato informs Hayuri that the string behind her back connects her soul to her body, and if it breaks, she will truly die. He forbids her from rushing into battle. Yato spots a pure spirit suitable to become a Shinki, quickly making a contract. The spirit transforms into a katana named Yukine. Engaged in battle, Yato is swallowed by a phantom but uses Yukine to cut it into pieces. Yato disinfects his cursed arm with holy water at a nearby temple, and Yukine, the transformed Shinki, appears. Yukine refuses Yato's coat due to its smell. The next day, Yato gives Yukine dried fish for breakfast, and Yukine, still coming to terms with his status as a Shinki to a homeless god, questions Yato's true identity. Yato calls Hayuri to a cafe, attempting to prove his godhood, but Yukine believes Yato is taking advantage of her. Yato clarifies that they are spiritual beings, invisible to humans. Even if humans could see them, they'd quickly forget. After eating, Yato inquires about Yukine's life before death, but the boy has no memory. Yato gets a job call, and they teleport to the caller's location. A group appears, but Yukine and Hayuri realize the caller is the god of learning, Tenjin, looking regal compared to Yato. Tenjin, with beautiful Shinki, hires Yato to help defeat phantoms, as he's busy. Yato panics, noting his former Shinki, Talmon, works for Tenjin, leading a better life. Talmon mentions an increase in suicide attempts influenced by phantoms injecting negative emotions. Yato, believing those with suicidal thoughts should die comfortably, clashes with Hayuri, who disagrees. Hayari confronts phantoms, kicking them away to prevent them from affecting people. Friends of the phantoms capture her, throwing her onto train tracks. Yato intervenes, saving her in the nick of time. They witness a student urged by a phantom onto tracks. Yato destroys it, freeing the student. After dealing with the phantoms, Tenjin's job is complete. That night, Yato takes Yukain to sleep on temple steps. After Yato's first day of work, Hayari gives him a bento box, asking for help to return to normal. Yato, having just bought treasures from a street fortune teller, irks Hayari and Yukain, who find it absurd for a god to believe in such tricks. Yato takes them to meet his close friend, surprised to find a beautiful goddess named Ibisu. However, Yato immediately begs Ibisu for money, leaving Hayari and Yukain astounded at his audacity. A man named Daikoku, a Shinki named Dekaku, kicks Yato for frequently asking Ibisu for money. Yato claims Dekaku, appearing male, is actually a lolican, leading to Dekaku kicking Yato into the sky. During the conversation, Yato gets a new job, preventing a young man from jumping off a building. However, Yato accidentally pushes the young man down. Rushing to introduce himself, the young man politely exchanges business cards. Yato learns the young man's suicidal thoughts began when he met a girl, Ibisu, and their dates had constant bad luck. Yato panics upon realizing Ibisu is a goddess of poverty, explaining she brings disaster and is the ultimate luck killer. Yato swiftly used Yukain to sever the young man's fate and Daikoku to rescue him. Daikoku praises Yukain for his ability to cut the bonds of the gods, a rare skill among Shinki. Exiting the scene, Ibisu reveals to Hayari that Yato used to be a god of calamity, known for extreme cruelty during wars. Many people begged Yato to destroy their enemies. Meanwhile, Yukain sits by a lake when a mysterious girl, one of Yato's past Shinki named the Stray, approaches him. Before Yato can understand why she's there, Stray quickly disappears. The next day, Yato teaches Yukain the line move, creating a boundary that phantoms can't cross, but only Shinki can perform. Hayari announces she'll take care of Yukain instead of Yato, worried that an unemployed person can't raise him. Hayari hugs Yukain tightly, causing Yato pain due to his Shinki's depraved thoughts. Despite this, Hayari calmly takes Yukain home, setting up a spacious private room for him. While Hayari's parents can't see Yato, he wanders around and steals food. That night, Yukain goes to Hayari's room out of fear of the dark, and she allows him to sleep with her. Yato suddenly appears, asking Yukain to return to him. The next day, Hayari takes Yukain shopping. Yukain steals a skateboard, leading to a scolding from Hayari, who decides to buy it for him. Embarrassed, Yukain runs away. Upon learning about Yukain's theft, Yato and Hayari search for the boy. Yato explains to Hayari that humans are easily tempted, and negative thoughts from a Shinki can adversely affect their owner's body. Meanwhile, Yukain sees a ghost on the street, a little girl unaware of her death, waiting for her mother. Yukain takes her to a park, revealing the truth, causing the girl to cry and slowly move into the darkness. Phantoms appear, luring her, and Yukain uses the line to protect her. However, she begins turning into a phantom, merging into a giant one. About to attack Yukain and Hayari, Yato intervenes, but he refuses to save the girl's soul trapped within the phantom. Instead, he cuts the monster in half, and the girl's soul disappears. Yukain's negative thoughts increase, tormenting Yato with pain. Yukain steals a skateboard, and Yato confronts him, suspecting theft. Yukain lies, claiming Hayari bought it for him. Hayari supports the lie, tricking Yato. As they talk, the goddess Bishamon suddenly appears and attacks Yato and Yukain. Yato realizes she seeks revenge for her Shinki and transforms Yukain into a sword, escaping with Hayari. In a safe place, Yato scolds Yukain for his negative thoughts, weakening Yato's body. Yato reveals Bishamon's weapons and animals are Shinki, reflecting her possession of powerful ones. Bishamon, considered the strongest among the gods, catches up to Yato and attacks him with her whip. Yato slashes the whip, causing it to retract in pain. Bishamon switches to a gun, shooting at Yato, but he effortlessly blocks the bullets with his Shinki. Hayari seeks help from god Tenjin, and Yato, along with Yukain, escapes into a forest to evade Bishamon. Yukain is still shocked by Yato's past action of killing a Shinki, leading to an argument between them. Bishamon reappears with a large sword, and Yukain fears being split in half. Suddenly, Ibisu and Daikoku appear, creating a giant energy column to prevent a fight. Yato, not paying attention, is attacked from behind by Bishamontan's lion. Stray, hiding in the bushes, controls the lion to save Yato. Bishamontan spares Yato's life to avoid a fight with Ibisu. Ibisu and Daikoku escort Yato out of the forest. The blight caused by Yukine's negative emotions intensifies, leading Yato to believe Yukine is facing deep-seated issues. Stray suggests Yato use her as a shinki instead of the troubled Yukine. Hayari, bringing dinner to Yukine's room, finds Yato lying down eating a snack. Yato mentions Yukine has been at God Tenjin's place since morning, prompting Hayari to rush to God Tenjin's temple to find him. God Tenjin informs Hayari that Yukine sought a job at his place due to Yato's poverty and Bishamontan's pursuit. However, God Tenjin refuses, not wanting Yukine to become a Nora, a disloyal shinki serving multiple masters. Hayari realizes Stray is also a Nora, understanding shinki can only find a new owner once the old contract is removed. Bishamontan's shinki, Kazuma, appears, revealing Yukine's misdeeds cause Yato pain, known as blight. If Yukine continues, Yato could face death. Kazuma asks Hayari for help, despite their current enmity, as Yato once saved his life. Yato tells Yukine about a new job, disappointing him when it turns out to be working in a grocery store. Spotting Ibisu and Daikoku, Yato chases Ibisu away, fearing disaster. Hayari invited them to the store, and Daikoku tasks Yato with destroying a phantom in the city. Yato discovers Yukine stole money from the store, causing Yukine to panic and flee. Yato decides to deal with the phantom while Stray continues to taunt Yukine. Yato transforms Yukine into a katana, but Yukine's temper prevents him from cutting the phantom. Yato uses holy water to enhance Yukine's stats, successfully cutting the monster in two. After successfully dealing with the phantom, Yato was determined to teach Yukine more effectively as he is his shinki. While Hayari is in the bathroom, Yato and Yukine suddenly teleport to her, causing panic and throwing everything at them. Yato reveals his client, a boy named Manabu, is hiding there from bullies. Hayari continues the lesson with the three, learning that Manabu faces bullying at school. Yato gives Manabu a knife, suggesting he face the bullies with it. Hayari strongly objects, fearing Manabu could end up in prison. Manabu returns to class and continues facing bullying, leading a phantom to incite him for revenge. Bishamontan and her shinki visit goddess Ibisu, who accurately predicts phantom locations. Bishamontan asks Ibisu not to interfere with her revenge, but Ibisu warns against harming Yato. Hayari, entering the medical room, discovers Yato lying there. While checking Yato's blight, she is caught, and Yato gets punched. Meanwhile, Manabu challenges the bully to a duel, but the phantom born from Manabu's negative emotions disappears as he realizes the action is wrong. The bully, terrified, runs away. Yato guessed Manabu wouldn't follow through, and Manabu learns the importance of strength without losing humanity. Yukine, feeling jealous of students' happy lives, vents his anger by destroying things, worsening the blight on Yato's body. Upon touching Yato's body, Hayari also becomes infected by the blight. Carrying Yato in front of Yukine, she tries to make him aware of the consequences of his actions. However, Yukine seems oblivious to the suffering he caused Yato. They rush Yato to Ibisu's house for help, but Daikoku uses the line to prevent them from entering. Daikoku permits Hayari entry as she is not fully possessed by the blight. Ibisu treats her with purified water, and Daikoku explains they need to perform a ritual to punish Yukine to save Yato, requiring 3 shinki. Daikoku seeks help from the god of learning shinki, but the dangerous ritual finds no volunteers except Talmon, who agrees due to her past connection with Yato. Daikoku searches other temples, but no one is willing to help an unknown god until Kazuma appears, invited by Hayari. They realize Yukine is transforming into a phantom, prompting them to create a barrier for the punishment ritual. The ritual requires Yukine to confess his crimes, but he refuses, causing further transformation. If unsuccessful, they would have to destroy Yukine to save Yato. Hayari tells Yukine that Yato considers him a son, and Yato tries to wake him up. Yukine, understanding the importance of morality, apologizes and admits his wrongdoing. The punishment ritual succeeds, completely purifying the blight on Yato and Yukine's bodies. Hayari, overwhelmed with emotion, hugs Yato and Yukine, relieved that she didn't lose them. Daikoko, witnessing the touching scene, tears up. From that day on, Yukine diligently works at Ibisu's restaurant, striving to earn money to repay for his past thefts. Yato and Hayari tearfully witness the positive change in Yukine's behavior. Goddess Ibisu demands 10 million yen for the punishment ritual, prompting Yato to express gratitude to the god of learning and seek advice on turning Hayari back to normal. God Tenjin suggests cutting Hayari's ties, believing her transformation is linked to Yato. Daikoku scolds Yato for frequently bumming money from Ibisu. While Hayari and her family celebrate the year-end holidays, Yato and Yukine clean dog cages. Hayari invites Yato to the temple of the god of learning for the New Year's prayers, but Yato, considering himself a god, dismisses the need to pray to another god. Stray and another god plot to harm Hayari in the distance. During the festival, Hayari sees Yato in the crowd and leaves her body to chase him. However, Yato and Yukine, en route to the festival, encounter a phantom, forcing them to fight. Yato effortlessly destroys one phantom, but more appear. Meanwhile, Hayari encounters Stray, who summons phantoms to attack her. Cornered, Hayari is saved by sunlight, revealing Stray's goal, to make Yato the god of Calamity again. Stray discloses that the god of Calamity, Reibo, has emerged with the intent to kill Yato. Meanwhile, Yato and Yukine successfully vanquish dozens of phantoms after a night of intense fighting. They hurry to the festival to meet Hayari, only to find her confused and unable to recall any memories related to Yato. Despite Yato's efforts to jog her memory by revisiting the place they first met and drawing a picture of the cat they searched for together, Hayari remains oblivious to their shared past. Determined to preserve their history, Yato decides to create a manga recounting their story, investing his savings in manga drawing tools. On their way home, Stray obstructs their path, and Yato realizes she is responsible for erasing Hayari's memories. The god of Calamity, Reibo, transforms Stray into a sword, revealing himself as Yato's former friend. Yato and Yukine engage in a frantic battle, but Yato's current power proves insufficient against Reibo, resulting in their swift defeat. Stray promises to restore Hayari's memories if Yato can defeat Reibo. Upon returning home, they share the story with everyone. Reibo, originally a human assassin, became a god of Calamity due to people's dark desires. Yato, once a god of Calamity, fought alongside Reibo in the past. The following day, Yukine presents a manga depicting their journey with Hayari, illustrating events from their initial meeting to the present. Despite Hayari's struggle to remember, Stray reveals that her memories are fading. Yukine is shocked to realize that Hayari has forgotten him as well. Determined to recover her memories, Yato and Yukine bid farewell to Hayari before facing Reibo again. Even though Hayari can't recall anything, she sheds tears upon seeing them. To their surprise, Hayari follows them, and they prepare to confront Reibo and Stray. In the battle, Reibo proves stronger than Yato, aiming to drown him in a water ball. Hayari, with all her strength, pulls Yato out. Dissatisfied with Yato's weakened state, Reibo desires him to return to the god of Calamity he once was. The intense conflict spreads evil throughout the city, prompting Bishamonten and her Shinki to intervene. Reibo shatters the gem containing Hayari's memories into pieces, leaving her without any recollection. Enraged, Yato attacks Reibo, who absorbs negative energy to engage in a death battle. Amidst the chaos, Yato notices a falling rock endangering Hayari. Rushing to save her, Hayari breaks Stray's spell herself, regaining her memories. In a moment of joy, Hayari hugs Yato, but kicks him for hugging too tightly. As they enjoy the reunion, Reibo kidnaps Hayari to coerce Yato. Employing a long-range attack, Yato swiftly concludes the battle, and Reibo dissolves into ash. The group finally returns home together. Yato proposes that Hayari severs her ties to resume her normal life, but she declines, choosing to stay with Yato and their friends. If you enjoyed this recap, please let me know in the comments, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Most importantly, activate your notification bell to stay updated for the next recap. Until next time, take care and stay safe.